And
Hello
there we go.
and welcome to yet another episode of the DevOps Speakeasy.
All right.
This
Thanks.
time, are we good? All right. This time from the Devnexus conference. It's virtual. We're all virtual. It looks like we're in the same space. Nah, not really. But we're not. Anyway, I'm going to cry now. So let's stop with it right now. We have a great guest. We have constantly an honor and a pleasure to have in all our interviews, and that's our very own Mohamed Taman. Hey,
No,
Mohamed.
it's my pleasure. Hi. Hi, Steve. Hi, Parag. It's always pleasure
Hey.
meeting you and to be hosted by JFrog as well.
No, this is awesome. And I remember last year we actually got to meet in person for Devnexus,
Yes,
which was
yes,
one of the last events right before everything turned virtual. So
exactly.
how's the last year been for you with virtual events, with kind of transitioning personally?
You know, it was like it's a new norm for all of us. So there is a lot of learned lessons we have gained from this pandemic. Yes, we love to meet people in person, getting the feedback from the audience. You are our friends, we are friends, and we love to meet everywhere. So we take the chance to meet in the conferences because this is how we met, and definitely like meeting and participating and everything. But it goes online, and we at the beginning it was hard. We don't know what to do, but it was awesome because also I have opportunity to participate in many conferences, which is I cannot do actually physically. And this was a very nice opportunity to participate in different conferences that I was postponing, because you can join two conferences at the same time. You know, you finish this and this is the
Wow.
second one in India and the other one
Don't
in
tell
Latin
Josh
America.
Long that, because I've seen him physically at two conferences at the same time.
And then you learn about how to start interacting with virtual, and there is a lot of obstacles we have faced, but it's getting better and better. And even for the community and the people running the conferences, I see at the end of the year the conferences become more stable, as if we are live. So yes, there is always learned lessons from hard times.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I visited more user groups across the
Mhm.
globe than even on my jug tours. So this is awesome. I was just in Johannesburg for a South Africa meetup, across the US, EMEA, Asia. So it's awesome. And you were just giving a virtual talk at DevNexus here. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to want to talk about optional classes? What's your passion around the
My
subject?
passion came from actually the code review, because I do code review a lot, and I would like to make it the best practices, the code quality and everything. Then you see the code, and when you see the code, you're trying to get like the most out of this and trying to teach the developers. This is the most important point of the code review, teaching them how they write quality code. And then people, yes, they knew about optional, but obsessively they use it in wrong way, which sometimes it's performance hit, or sometimes it's memory footprint, or it's complicate the design even. It's anti-patterns, and it's not meant to be like this. Then I found a lot of people even using optional class by two methods, like is present and get. That's it, as if there is no other methods, like, and using it like for checking by using these two methods as they are checking for nullability. And sometimes they construct, if they didn't find a value, they assign optional to null, which is we created optional to get rid of null. So I said, like, no, I have to construct this topic as like points, so you can use it as a reference card for you until you just get familiar with all what you are dealing with all the methods that we have in different cases, when to use what even, because sometimes if you use wrong method, something like or else get, when to use what, and what is the difference. Both of them operate in the same way, but one of them, for example, takes supplier, which means the field. So you use this for running computed methods or values, but the other one for static, so you avoid performance. I seen this when people trying to hit a cache, then if it doesn't exist in the cache, go to the database, but they use or else. So it's always getting the data from the cache, but also executing the call for the database, which is unnecessary. So just the tweaks and pinpoints I wanted to give. Don't break your code with, streams, because we already, that optional came from the stream idea of representing the value if it does not exist or yes. So this is what inspired me to bring this topic. And what makes me continue to provide it and submit it, that every time number of audience is growing, there is a lot of questions, they found it useful. So I found it less. We can talk about it and then how to use it in many, our API design even.
Yeah, no, I think it's a topic everybody has to just do in their daily programming, and
Exactly.
Learning little tips and tricks it always makes you improves your coder craft. So have you ever, like giving your talks, has anybody ever asked a question which you thought was like you learned a lot from, or it was enlightening because they were asking you something which you didn't think about previously?
It was sometimes the cases, yes. They provide like sometimes cases, and there is definitely questions. It came like, I don't know, and I have to search about it. Or sometimes it just lightened the bulb, that there is different opinions, and people, they are using the tool or the class or even the chaining with Lambda or something like this. It gave me the idea to add new tip, how to hook even the optional class inside Lambda using option.stream. So you don't break even the chain, and just you convert the optional inside, and you return your value or normally without just breaking and trying to get something like this. So yes, definitely, because I give it from my point of view and what I see, and the audience, they have different cases, so it's completing me. The feedback is definitely amazing, which is I like.
Cool. I think there's a whole shift with streams and optionals to a functional style of programming. So compared to people who have been coding, Java, C, and other imperative languages for years, it's kind of this big mind shift. Which
yes, it was even for me like this, definitely. And I'm doing like Jakarta EE stuff and Spring. Definitely, I'm using Spring also because I have this in my company, both of them, even .NET. And sometimes when you work with data, Spring data or Spring, like find all the APIs returning optional because they are fluent, and you have to think about how you do like a functional style, and it saves you a lot. And nowadays, even when we work with reactive programming, you have totally shift your mind to that way, that like functional programming and chaining and like monos and all of these kind of flux things, like just a chain of things to achieve what you want.
Yeah, but it's very
It's not a
powerful.
big
Like you
shift.
can
So
write a very
you're saying that
complicated expression with a little bit of code.
Everything where you can have null with optional doesn't work? That's what I do.
Yeah, I get from people complain like we don't use optional at all because it's just show us like we are trying to hide the checking for nullability, but by using like is present and get. So I always in my presentation in each step or recipe I say don't use this, because if you use it like what you're doing, you're just checking. There's a bunch of methods that you can use it, as I told you before. Like
exactly.
So just the way that you understand, go to I always tell my developers, if you would like to keep learning, just you see what is new or like release notes of the product, go read about the documentation, get educated about the class, because we are in Java always trying to add new things out of the box for you. So if you don't keep learning, you just become the one who used Java 8. It will be migrated to Java 11, but you're still using Java 8, and you migrate to Java 17 even, but it's Java 8 for you. This is why I ask, yeah, we are using Java 11. Is it 11 or 8? So what do you mean? You have the JDK as 11, yes, but you are using the 8, so you don't know about even the new features. You might get some enhancement at the JVM side, but it's out of the box. It's not by your choice, because we introduced a lot of enhancement, but as a programming, you are Java 8 guy. So, and obviously it's true.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of folks haven't smoothly made the transition from 8 to modern JDKs. Do you ever Do you ever ask
to
folks in
from
your
Java 2
session?
to Java 5, maybe?
We had this like Java 5, no, Java 6, to be frankly speaking. I have some people like stick to this, especially in financial institution, in banking system. They hate to migrate. It's running, yes, but you will not find like any other tools will support this. Like, and nowadays we have deprecated like RMI, for example. Like, how you gonna deal with all of this serialization and things that you worked with? That you will stuck.
Yeah, no, you have to upgrade and stay on current
Yes.
versions, and the LTS releases are a great way of doing that. You can
If
stay
you
on
have
something.
exactly, if you have a great tool like DevOps tool set and culture that always trying to, when you have like introducing new migration or something and methodology of testing, it will caught earlier all the problems and it will report it to you and you can fix it. If you have even parallel, you can do this parallel programming for migration with your environment. So this is the way that you can prevent from stacking in the same version and also going, because you have the same, I finished, but the same functionality I can easily migrate it to the new code. But you have to take the steps, because we use, till the moment, a lot of people using Java 8, and we will have the second LTS will come by almost September, Java 17. So if you don't migrate, you will lose a lot of things out of the box, and functionality and ease of the language. It's tremendous, like features all over JVM, as well as the APIs and the features that we're introducing.
Yeah, no, I think Java 17 should be a good release, because
Yes.
folks finally understand the LTS model. A lot of folks have made the jump past Java 9, which I think was kind of a big breaking change for a lot of open source projects and big infrastructure, but that's all supported past Java 9 now. So the incremental upgrade for each of the minor JDK versions is quite easy. And if you can make the jump to 17, then that's a good starting place to be on an LTS train.
Yes, LTS, and it comes with all the features that we have introduced all over the other like releases, and it will be stabilized even. So you have a great JVM, very reliable and suitable for cloud embedded systems, especially because that Alpine fork that we are introducing in Java 16. So this is one of the best features that I like of them, because we will have like small footprint application. If you're also using J-Link, you will reduce the size of your application to the minimum. It's very easy for migration, for your Dockerization for your application, for transferring over the network. So it speed up all the things.
Yeah, also the JPackager was added in Java 14, which also lets you package up your applications nicely. Yeah, so there's lots of features to take advantage of in the later releases, but you just have to make the move, get off Java 8.
Exactly. And guys, you can migrate. You have Java 8 in your Hug, it's beside you, but just move. You can hug more features, there is a lot of features to kiss and hug and catch it.
Yeah, there are some objective reasons why migrating past 9, especially, it's very, very hard, right? A lot of stuff breaks down, and as you mentioned, a lot of like more legacy organizations will defer the upgrade instead of putting effort and time into going through the hoops of migrating past Java 9.
Yes, will be really a hard migration step, because you also didn't take the steps earlier. So everything has a pros and cons. If you take it earlier, you will know about what is deprecated, and then you will know that in the next 2 releases, we're going to remove the feature. So they take precautions and they know the future. But if you leave it like this, yes, it will be a very big pain when you migrate, because yes, we have removed for the first time. We remove, not just deprecate, which make really Java more cleaner. To be frank,
absolutely,
easier to modularize and adding features easily.
Absolutely, it's obviously for all the right reasons, but the migration is painful, and there are people who will postpone it to as long as they can, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Now, so this has been an exciting conversation about kind of what you're doing with going around the world virtually, being able to speak at conferences and help educate folks on better practices for using optionals. Hopefully also it encourages folks to upgrade as well and get on modern JDK releases, because it's hard, but we all know it's the right thing to do to upgrade and be on more modern architectures. And this was awesome being able to see you again.
It's always my pleasure. It's always amazing, like, conversation, and I love to see you, definitely.
Mohamed, thank you very much, and let's hope next time we meet in person.
Yeah,
and
I hope so.
Be safe, be well.
You too.
We'll see you around.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the conference. And you folks enjoy the amazing conference with amazing folks here from around the world.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a nice
Thanks.
day. Bye.